Gonna try for him again, Hollister?
Yeah, maybe the third time's a charm, Sid. Sorry, but this is as far as you can go for now.
My ticket called for passage to Bisbee. Who are you?
Clay Hollister, Sheriff of Tombstone. There'll be another stage along here in a few hours.
A few hours? My time's worth money.
What's the value you put on your life, mister?
My life?
Yeah. There's been an outlaw raiding the stages on this line. We think this one's going to be next.
You think so? Is that
He's
reason?
a killer. Sid? You ride along inside. First sign of trouble, you grab the floorboards, right?
Right, Sheriff.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened. In the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
The stage was nearing Tombstone. It began to look as if nothing was going to happen.
Oh, Mike!
Hold it right where you are.
Dead. I should have made him stay back at the depot.
Wish we had our horses. The way you winged that fellow, we had our chance to catch him.
Well, nothing we can do till we get back to town.
What's up?
I don't know. I've seen that fella someplace before.
Nobody I know.
I've seen him. Take care of the driver, Charlie. I gotta ride out again.
Is he hurt bad?
He's dead.
What about the killer? Did he get away?
I winged him. Howell and Diamond.
You remember us?
Yeah, I remember you. I told you never to come back to Tombstone.
Heard you had trouble running into an outlaw. Thought we might help you to run him down.
Well, you wouldn't be interested. This one's a killer, not a defenseless Indian.
Oh, we ain't going after Injuns no more. Ain't enough reward money in it. Anyway, that was an accident the time we killed the wrong one.
You want to give us the information on this here outlaw?
We'll handle it ourselves. There's no business here for bounty hunters.
Most sheriffs appreciate us helping them out.
Well, go find yourself one that does. I don't want to see you here when I get back.
Hollister, third stage killing in a month. When is this outlaw going to be caught?
I'm as concerned about this as you are, Mr. Mayor.
Now, I don't mean to criticize our sheriff, but I feel we should bring in some outside help.
Well, this may be a solution to our problem, gentlemen. I just printed these. Reward, $500 in gold coin will be paid by the stage company for the apprehension, dead or alive, of the outlaw murderer of Kim Monroe, Lem Bailey, and Sid Linden.
It's a start in the right direction, but he's worth more than $500.
Well, that's all the stage line thinks he's worth.
Well, we have a civic responsibility to see that it goes higher.
Well, what are you getting at, Fred?
Well, post a reward that means something. Somebody will bring him in. We've got to make it profitable enough so that every bounty hunter in this territory will be willing to try and get him. Now, let's get up a real jackpot. Here's $100 to sweeten it.
Well, I'll just see your 100, Mr. Mayor. And raise you 50. And the epitaph will print the posters free.
Good, good. Come on, men. Now, come on. This is only a drop in the bucket. Let's get this up in the thousands. The faster we get the money, the faster we get him.
Looks like maybe we ought to stick around a while, huh?
What about the sheriff?
Forget the sheriff.
Hello, Charlie.
Something I can do for you, Mr. Donlin?
Oh, I'm just making my rounds. I thought you might like to add a little something to the reward money I'm collecting.
Sure do. Just wish it was more.
That's all right, Charlie. Every little bit helps. I'll just put your name on the list here.
Oh, don't bother with my name, Mr. Donlin. Just say it's for Sid Linden.
Yeah, you know, that's the way everybody's donating. In memory of Sid, Monroe, and Bailey. Well, Charlie, you catch that killer, you'll get this money back with pretty good interest.
Reward money?
Yeah.
Law officers aren't entitled to bounties. Catching a criminal's part of our job. Clay and me, we'd give a lot more than money for the chance to bring him in. Any luck?
No sign of him, Charlie.
Well, maybe this will do the trick.
Yeah, I saw that outside. Who bumped it up to 5,000?
Mayor Donlin started it.
Tom, what are you doing? Why aren't you in school?
I was going later, Mom. Truly I was. Mr. Clyburn's paying me 2 bits. Said this was a civic job.
Sure, that's it. His name's Masters. Frank Masters.
Who? The outlaw.
Name don't mean anything to me. Thought you were looking at that woman and kid.
I was. That's Lucy Masters, Frank's wife.
His wife? And the kid?
Is Frank's son. I knew I'd seen that killer someplace before. Seeing her just now reminded me of it.
Well, why don't we talk to her? Maybe she knows something.
No, it won't do any good. She has no interest in Masters. Hasn't seen him in a couple of years. Matter of fact, I understand she even brought up the kid believing his pa was dead.
Masters lived here in town?
Tried his hand at homesteading. And after his first crop failed, he just ran off. Saddled up and left his wife and kid. Look, Charlie, you might as well have some dinner. I'll go out and walk the town. You guys ever work? I told you to get out of town.
We're going, Sheriff.
You got no call to keep us from carrying on an honest business.
Well, bounty hunting's one thing, but you two are scavengers. You got just 15 minutes.
Oh, Sheriff.
Yeah?
My name is Bill Sherwood. I wonder if maybe I could talk with you for a minute.
What's on your mind?
Can we make it private?
You now have 14 minutes. 13 is very unlucky. Come on over to my office. Sit down, Miss Sherwood. All right, shoot.
I know where Frank Masters is hiding out.
There's nothing like $5,000 to remind a man of his duty, is it, Charlie?
No, it ain't nothing like that. That reward belongs to Lucy Masters.
Why, Lucy?
Oh, I'm just delivering the message for her. She told me where he's hiding.
Thought you was through with Frank.
I guess she was, Charlie. Until now.
Yeah, that's it on account of the boy. I'll draw you a map.
As long as you know where he is, you take me there.
You'll see that Lucy gets the reward?
When I get him, she'll get the money.
Pretty cold-blooded. Woman turning in her husband to collect reward money.
Yeah. That 5,000 really got action. You wait right here.
There's the sheriff.
My horse is over here.
Looks like they're in a pretty big rush. Think that fellow had something important to tell Hollister?
So?
You know anything any more important than $5,000?
You think he's turning in the outlaw?
Ain't no harm in seeing where they go. If they go far enough, we may wind up doing just what he said. Getting out of town.
Clay Hollister rode out of town with the informer, Bill Sherwood. The bounty hunters followed at a distance.
See anything back there?
Dust?
There's no wind. That's riders. You tell anybody else about Masters?
No.
And they're following us.
Well, you're the sheriff. Ain't there something you can do about it?
There's no law against following us.
What if he's after Masters, too?
Have to take him away from me first. Let's shake him.
Looks like he's trying to lose us.
I don't like this. Hollister's tricky. He could ambush us.
For $5,000, I'll risk it.
He's in there, through that crack in the rocks.
Drop it, Masters. September 21, 1881. The bounty hunters picked up Clay Hollister's trail. The sheriff waited for Masters to regain consciousness.
Lie easy, Masters. You're hurt real bad.
I didn't know it was you, Sheriff.
Sure.
Should have saved yourself the trouble. Bandage ain't gonna help what I got.
Consumption?
Doc said I had about a year, maybe. It was before your lead hit my lung.
There's a lot of your lead buried in Boot Hill.
Who turned me in?
Can't say.
Doesn't matter. Always thought I could get enough. Go to San Francisco. Enjoy myself that final year.
There's a lot of men had that same idea and left their wives waiting for them.
Always figured I'd make a big stake. Send my wife something. 5 tries. All I get out of it is this.
And 3 dead men. Think about that sometime, Masters.
Come on. I gotta get you back to Tombstone.
We're taking another trail back. It's gonna be a rough ride.
You can do me a favor, Sheriff.
Yeah?
Kill me now. Save you trouble and me pain.
We'll ride easy.
Hollister's riding with a wounded man. That'll make it easier.
Let's go.
Oh. Looks like I took the back way out. Come on, let's go.
Here you go, Frank.
Thanks. Keep trying to save me from hanging. I'd sure like to disappoint you.
Hollister's reputation, let's make sure.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's going slow. There ain't no rush.
They ought to hit that divide in about an hour. We can get there sooner than that. Come on.
That's right.
Tell him, Bill. Hurry.
Take it easy, boy.
I'm scared of dying, Chef. Don't let me die.
I guess we're all scared to die, Frank.
Come on. This way.
How do we know he'll take that road instead of the other one?
For the wounded man, be sure to take the downhill trail, even if it is longer.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We can hide out behind those rocks over there. That way he'll show us his back as he's riding by us.
That's the way I like it. Come on. Hide the horses over there. That's them.
Frank? Frank? Looks like we make it.
What are they saying? I can't make it out.
We can take the uphill road from here and be in town that much quicker. Come on.
They're taking the other trail.
Maybe we can get a shot at him as he ride by up there.
Yeah. I'll make sure of the bounty. You get the sheriff. Got him. Get the horses. We gotta get up there.
All right, Hal, drop it. Throw it away, Diamond.
Don't shoot, Hollister.
I'm unarmed. Don't shoot!
Don't touch the pistol.
All right, come on.
All right, Diamond.
There's another body for you to rope on a horse. Get him. Where's the reward money, Mr. Mayor? I want to pay off tonight. Miss Masters, you know the editor.
Miss Masters?
May we come in?
My son's asleep. It's about Frank, isn't it?
We brought him back to town, ma'am. He's dead. That's your reward.
My reward?
He was right where you said he'd be.
Where I said he'd be. I haven't seen or heard from Frank in years.
Well, the man you sent took me right to where he was hiding.
I didn't send anybody to you.
Bill Sherwood.
I don't know anybody named Bill Sherwood. Unless it could have been one of those friends of Frank's. Are you giving me this because you thought that...
Nobody more deserving, ma'am.
$5,000. Fortune. Right after the baby came, Frank said, someday he'd do something big for us.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
figures, Tombstone?
Half day, maybe. Blink when I head the check. Just can't wait to blow the dust out of you, son.
After 6 weeks of this, you're right.
Yeah, just don't forget it's only a stopover. You save your head of steam when we get this herd to the fort. Fill our Army contract.
Sure, Bob, anything you say. Just a little bit of steam in Tombstone.
About 10 miles to go, Sam.
Yep. Can't be any too close for Tully.
How's he holding up?
Like a Brewster should. This drive will simmer him a little low. He's sure looking forward to treeing Tombstone.
So am I, Sam. So am I.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened. In the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
The afternoon of November 1, 1881. Sam Brewster and his trail drivers finally bedded the herd and rode for Tombstone.
Come on, Dan. Come on, Whitey. Come on, Link. Let's go. Let's go.
I don't relish your job today, Clay. Not with Brewster's crew.
Oh, Sam Brewster's been in town before. Charlie and I always manage to keep him in line.
There's always a first time. It's too bad there isn't a special street somewhere off in the desert just for cowhands coming in off a long drive. Might save a lot of wear and tear on a town.
Yeah, but I don't think the business interests in Tombstone would appreciate it.
Looks like it's time for you to start protecting their interests.
All right. See you around.
All right, Sam. Have your boys check the guns. Don't want to get anybody hurt. And the town's yours.
Now, boys, let's do what the man says.
I don't go naked for nobody.
Right out the way you came in.
Whoever heard of no guns in a town?
You're a new face, mister, so I give it to you straight. When you look like trouble, you check your guns, and you look like trouble. So step down and check your hardware.
Chuck 'em, boys. We're wasting time.
Hey, looks like somebody's finally gonna get you to take off them guns.
There's more than one place to carry a gun. Come on.
Looks like we almost had trouble.
It's early yet, Mr. Clyburn. Early. Simmer down, boy. You're not going anywhere. Oh, things quiet, Charlie?
Kinda. Just saw Sam Brewster sending 2 wagon loads of supplies out to his camp. He and his boys sure spread cash when they come in.
So long as that's all they spread. I figured things were getting too quiet.
Stop it now! Cut it out!
Anybody else want to fight?
Cut that place!
All right, buddy, fight's over.
It's about time you showed up, Sheriff. Look at the place.
You all right, Tully?
Yeah.
What about the damages you did?
What about it, Sam? Your boys play kind of rough.
Okay, Hollister, my crew's wrecked better places than this, and I've always paid up. What covers it?
Oh, I'd say about 300. Including the 2 holes I put in the ceiling. Pay them off and then get your boys out of town. They've had their fun.
Big talk when you've got the guns.
Could be, mister, but that's the way it is. Pay up and move out.
Let's get out of this town.
Remember the name, lawman. Wink Thompson. Maybe someday I'll be caught on the hand.
Make sure you can handle it if you do.
Sure glad to get rid of them.
Paperwork. You better get with it.
I'll make the rounds for you.
Thanks, Charlie.
Hey, Len. Where's Tully?
Beats me. I thought he was holding up the rear.
I'll go back.
Better ride along with you. There might be trouble.
No, we're too short-handed as it is. May as well get the herd moving. It's cooling off and get some miles on them. No loss of weight.
You're the boss.
Tully and I'll catch up.
I sure would like to run into that sheriff again.
I hope we don't run into any Indians. Gotta get these cows to the fort.
And then?
Tombstone, maybe. No herd to worry about.
I don't like it, boss. Just sitting there waiting. I don't like it.
This money's as good as anybody else's.
Sheriff ain't gonna like it either.
Maybe that's who he's waiting for. Wouldn't be any skin off my nose.
Hey, Otis. Take it easy, Brewster. One fight a night's enough.
Not in my book. Not when somebody's holding my hands in the first one.
That was an accident, kid. Come on, step up to the bar.
I don't drink with a man that's got a yellow streak in him.
You don't mean that. You've been celebrating.
So now a Texan can't even celebrate a little, huh?
I better find Hollister, huh?
Yeah.
There, maybe you can use that for drinking.
Better get out of here, Brewster. Hey, Ted.
Yeah, Mr. Radcliffe.
Nobody moves. I still got a little unfinished business here.
It's finished now, Brewster.
Somebody get a doctor.
We'll get him over to Doc Cunningham.
Who did it?
Easy, Sam. He pulled a hidden gun. Charlie here had to shoot him.
That's right, Brewster. It was self-defense.
How is he?
That's tough to say. That slug's gonna have to come out first.
Call a doctor. I'll get one of my own.
Easy, Sam. Charlie, get him over to Cunningham's. Can somebody help him?
I'll help him.
You can't do any good over there, Sam. The doc knows his job.
Dr. Cunningham's the best in the territory, Mr. Brewster.
He better be the best in the territory, Hollister.
He is.
Because if my boy dies, I'll take this town apart to get that deputy.
Wait a minute. He can't do that. It was self-defense.
You don't know what you're saying, Sam. These are witnesses.
You get this straight, Hollister. All of you. If my boy dies, my whole crew's coming back. And no Nobody checks our guns.
That's a real quick-tempered man.
I don't want any trouble out of you, Brocious. Not today.
Trouble? Me?
Why don't you get back to Galeyville with your own crowd of thugs?
Oh, things are getting a little tame up there.
Yeah? Well, just stay in line.
I have to. Curly Bill Brocious without a gun.
Which is why I made you check it.
Well, you know I don't start no trouble. I finished a little in my time.
Is Brewster just talking? Or did he mean what he said?
His kind don't talk just to be heard. I got an idea you'll have something to print before this is over. It won't be a basket social.
November 2, 1881. Tully Brewster lingered between life and death. Sam Brewster had ridden out of town, but his grim warning stayed behind and remained uppermost in the minds of a crowd that waited outside Dr. Cunningham's office.
How's young Brewster?
He's dead.
Looks as if we're in for it. All of us.
November 5, 1881. A sudden fear gripped Tombstone. The righteous element was doing an about-face.
Now, it's like I'm telling you. Brewster has always brought a lot of business to this town, and I say, let's get rid of Charlie Riggs.
What are you really worried about, Fred? Your store? Or let's be honest, your skins if you have to back up your own law.
And so that's the way I see it. Why should we stick our noses out to protect the deputy sheriff? What's so funny?
Well, I was just thinking how much better you'd like it if Clay Hollister was in that deputy's boots right now.
The town's split wide open.
Yeah, I know.
What do you intend to do?
I'll be around.
That's all I wanted to know. That's my lead for the paper.
Oh, pardon me, Mr.
Sure, Charlie.
The mayor wants to see you over in his store.
May as well get it over with.
Look, Clay, if this is what they want...
Keep it, Charlie. You're my appointment, not theirs.
You won't find a better piece of equipment. Excuse me, I have some official business to do. I'll be with you in a minute. Clay, I...
Don't apologize, Fred. Just get to the point.
Clay, you know how it is. Ever since that boy died, everybody's been thinking
Thinking what, Fred? You ought to get rid of Charlie?
Well, if we do, maybe Brewster won't tear up the town, huh? Now, Clay, most of us have families.
And that's why Tombstone wanted law and order. Isn't that what my office calls for, Mr. Mayor?
Oh, Clay.
Let me tell you something. As long as I wear this badge, Charlie Riggs stays as my deputy.
Now, look, Clay, all we want...
It doesn't matter what you want. Sam Brewster's calling the shots this trip. What's on your mind, Radcliffe?
A couple of us boys been thinking things over. We want you to get rid of your deputy.
Well, I'll say this for you. At least you come right out with it. Let me tell you something. A town that won't fight for itself isn't worth fighting for.
Tell us something else, Hollister. If you feel that way, why bother making it your fight at all?
Well, you probably wouldn't understand this, Mr. Radcliffe, but I don't run from trouble.
There goes the man, Radcliffe.
As the days clocked off, the town showed its fear more and more. Tombstone wasn't as tough as it thought it was. Not yet, anyway. November 16, 1881, saw Link Thompson ride into town to get the word. And the word was on its way to Sam Brewster.
How far behind do you think Brewster is?
Couple of days, Charlie. No more.
There's only one way to handle this, Clay.
Yeah, Charlie?
Tombstone's scared, Clay. I've never seen him like this.
Oh, I've never had to face anything like this before. You were saying there's a way, Charlie?
Way I look at it, Link Thompson's the key.
Thompson?
Yeah, he was almost smiling when he rode out of here. Smelled a big gunfight.
If I stop him, Brewster won't ride in. You know that.
Oh, whoa.
Well, I think you're crossing the wrong stream. Brewster's running the show.
Well, maybe, maybe not. Here's a partial rundown on Mr. Link Thompson. Some of the peace officers I wired came back with answers.
Well, judging from these, he's as mean as he talks.
Let's just say he's a killer.
Well, I could tell he was a tough old lion, but this...
We're wasting time, Clay. It's my job. I'm going after Thompson.
Oh, and catch a rifle bullet. Look, Charlie, be smart. Don't you realize that Link isn't going to let you close enough to catch him before he gets the news back to Brewster? He's just aching for a brawl.
Are you trying to say that Brewster would back down if it weren't for his gunslinger?
Well, knowing Sam, I doubt it.
Well, then I don't understand.
But anyway, Link will keep Sam so needled that even if we had a chance to reason with him, we can't now.
Well, then Charlie's right. You should have stopped Thompson from leaving when he rode in.
On what grounds?
Well, what about these?
Well, the only problem with that is they've never been able to prove that it wasn't self-defense.
Well, then we're right back where we were.
That's right, Harris. To quote you, with a scared town.
Harris, you've got to do something about Hollister. He'll listen to you. We don't want Brewster's kind of trouble around here.
That's right, Harris.
It's too bad you two won't face the real issue.
Do you want to see killings in this town? Whose side are you on, anyway?
I'm for Tombstone. That's the side the epitaph's on. I'll write the story either way. This town can hold its head high or down in the dust. The answer's up to you.
I just got word from one of my boys riding through from Galeyville. Sam Brewster's on his way in.
Oh?
Said he saw him a couple miles behind him, coming in with his men.
What's your interest in this, Brosius?
Oh, no interest. Just sitting and watching. Having a little trouble running the town, Sheriff?
Don't you make any. May as well meet him outside of town. There's no point in having it happen on the streets.
I'm with you there.
You're staying right here.
What are you talking about? All this is my fault.
None of it is your fault. You are enforcing the law. Look, Charlie, your being there just guarantee a shooting.
Yeah, but look.
You're staying here. It's an order.
If you'll wait a minute, I'll get a horse.
Mr. Clyburn, if you were as good with the rifle as you are with the printing press, it'd be a pleasure, but thanks just the same. Anybody else want to ride along?
I do, Sheriff. I guess there ain't no argument about how I could use one of these now, is there?
None whatsoever. There's your horse.
Dirty Bill Brocious riding with the law.
This town ought to feel real proud of itself.
I don't see Charlie riding.
I guess the sheriff figures there's no sense asking for a shooting. Anyway, it'll take a lot of guns if the play starts. How about it?
As far as you go, Sam.
You know better than that.
No sense talking. Let's give them what they gave your boy.
Deal your own hands, Sam. Nobody has to talk for you.
I want that deputy. We're riding in.
Into this?
What good are those?
All right, boys, we're riding through.
Take a good look, Sam.
Looks like I forgot one thing, Hollister. You can't fight a town.
You called it. Now turn around and ride out. And take that with you. Get him patched up. About people. Comes to a showdown, they stick together.
Someone once said it much better than we can.
What's that?
Wars make strange bedfellows. That's the way it happened. In the town too tough to die.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
I warned him and his cowboys stay out of Tombstone.
What are you gonna do?
You get a rifle and get up on that roof.
You can't face them alone.
I said, get a rifle.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened in the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
The sheriff of Tombstone met head-on with influential, almost legendary cattle king from Galeno, Hody Taylor.
Well, the big man or the big bad?
You're not wanted here.
Who says?
I say. I told you that when you wrecked the town the last time.
That's funny. I must not have heard.
You hear me now. Don't get down.
See that my horse gets some water.
Get back in that saddle.
I brought my boys into town for a celebration.
Last time you celebrated, 2 citizens were shot and one of them died.
That's too bad. Don't try to stop me. You may be next.
Get out of town.
Hollister, nobody talks to Hody Taylor like that and lives.
Get out and stay out.
Not Hody Taylor. I'm gonna kill you.
Drop those guns!
Now turn around and start riding.
Hody Taylor was dead. 2 days later, men from his hometown of Galeno, Arizona, arrived to claim his body.
Telegram for you from Tucson.
Oh, thank you. County Sheriff's meeting. Don't give me much time.
We just had a meeting a few months ago.
It looks like they're getting more frequent.
You going?
Just about have to. I'm taking a special stage coming through from Bisbee.
July 22. Clay Hollister left on the stage for Tucson. But there was something about that ride that was unusual. There was no express freight up on top, no mail sacks, and no shotgun messenger for the trip. And no other passengers.
I gotta pick up a shipment. Why don't you get out and stretch your legs for a while?
Sheriff of Tombstone. Brave man.
What's this all about?
Know what town this is?
Galeno.
Galeno. Home of Hody Taylor. The late Hody Taylor.
You see, I'm going to be a little bit late for my meeting in Tucson.
We sent you that telegram. We arranged for the stagecoach.
Why?
We figured if we just plain invited you, you might not come.
Yeah. We wanted everybody in Galeno to see you close up.
All this for Hody Taylor?
That's right, mister.
Boys, you're on the wrong track. Hody Taylor was a killer.
We know what Hody Taylor was and what you are.
We hear you're pretty fast with a gun.
So we want you to draw.
Go on. Draw for us.
I got no reason to draw. The
You had no reason to draw on Hody Taylor. He forced it. We know your kind, Hollister. A gunslinger with a badge. Quick trigger sheriff.
Shoot first. Ask questions later. Draw.
You gonna shoot me down?
Draw, because if you don't...
Don't like the odds.
Told you you wouldn't. You're wanted in the saloon.
Why?
Get going.
Take his guns. Your name?
What is this?
A trial.
A trial?
You're getting a better chance than you gave Hody.
Your name?
You're trying me?
That's right.
Because of Hody Taylor?
I asked your name.
Clay Hollister.
Occupation?
Peace officer.
Peace officer?
This trial will be conducted in an orderly manner. Clay Hollister, you are hereby charged with the murder of Hody Taylor.
Hody Taylor was killed while resisting the law.
Hody Taylor never broke no law in his life.
I don't believe you really knew Hody Taylor. These people did.
He built a school here.
With his own money.
2 of my children go to that school.
I have 3. They wouldn't be getting an education if it wasn't for Hody.
He built the church, too, and gave it to our town. His town, as a present.
What have you got to say now?
What I've been saying. Look, your Hody Taylor was...
He owned the only bank in town. There's never been one worthy person turned down for a loan, and you killed him.
I was exonerated in Tombstone at a coroner's inquest.
We're not interested in what happened at an inquest in Tombstone.
There was never any question as to the circumstances of Hody Taylor's death.
There is here in Galeno.
You have no right to hold this trial.
We'll decide who has the rights here.
You've plumb run out of them, mister.
I'm an appointed officer. A peace officer who killed a man in the line of duty.
We've heard enough.
Isn't there somebody responsible here?
I am responsible. I am the mayor.
Well, if you're the mayor, why don't you do something about this?
Do something about it. This was my idea. There were people here who wanted to go to Tombstone and shoot you on sight. I demanded a just trial.
Trial, huh?
Killer of Hody Taylor must stand trial. Hody Taylor was the town of Galeno. Him and him alone. Some towns have senators, congressmen, educators. Well, we had our man, too. A man we loved and respected. And you killed him.
You use the word trial, but you pass sentence in advance. This is the worst kind of kangaroo court.
This trial is fair in every sense.
Huh? In that case, I'll be granted time to prepare a defense.
Don't give him nothing.
What defense is there?
I want until tomorrow and permission to use the telegraph office.
Telegraph office? I still say don't give him anything.
I move that his request be granted.
I second the motion.
You can't let him use the telegraph office. He'll wire for outside help.
I believe the motion is carried.
This court is adjourned until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
22, 1881. Nobody knew Clay Hollister was in Galeno. Nobody but the citizens of the bitter town.
Request all information available, Hody Taylor, signed Hollister.
That's right. Send that to the peace officers of Ellsworth, Casper, Deadwood, and Tombstone.
Not Tombstone.
Trying to tell them you're here? What kind of answers do you expect to get?
The truth.
The truth about Hody Taylor will shame you to your boot tops.
You know him any place except in Tombstone?
No. But I know about him. Where to now?
Jail.
I just thought about something. Hollister's had it pretty easy so far.
Wouldn't be right to rough him up. Not with him wearing those.
Isn't what I have in mind.
No?
Let's take him out to Hody's ranch. Let him look into the eyes of Hody's widow. Let him stand there and tell her he's the one who shot her husband down.
We'll do it.
Lived good, didn't he?
I had to knock you off that horse. Yes, mister, he lived good. He had a lot to live for. When you shot him down, you made the biggest mistake you're ever gonna make.
One thing I'll say for you people of Galeno, you sure know how to hate.
You're gonna find out how much.
You watch him, Jess. I'll tell her he's here.
Come in.
Excuse me, Mrs. Taylor, but there's somebody out there you might or might not want to see. I thought I'd better ask you first.
Who is it?
Man who shot him.
No, why would I want to see that killer? What's he doing in Galeno?
You didn't think we'd let Hody's murder go unpunished?
I suppose not. But the man is sheriff of Tombstone, isn't he?
We don't care who he is or what he is. We've given him a day to make a defense. First thing tomorrow morning, there'll be a trial. Everything legal.
What you mean is that you're going to hang him legally.
Yes, ma'am. Tribute to your husband.
I've changed my mind. I'll see him.
All right, bring him in. Ain't you got something to say?
I was hoping that she had.
Just what do you mean by that?
Mrs. Taylor, the town of Galeno is accusing me of murder.
Do you expect me to object?
You knew him best. His ways, his doings, the kind of temper he had.
Are you asking the wife of the man you killed to justify your crime?
Who else can I ask?
I've loved one man, and only one. This is his house. The things you see are his. Treasures, mementos, trophies.
Mrs. Taylor,
Don't talk. Your gun has taken all this from me. These things, and him, forever. Even the town that was his. I'm leaving here tomorrow morning because I don't belong here anymore. To the things or to the people that were his.
Apologize to her.
I'm sorry this had to happen.
You made it happen.
Hody Taylor made it happen.
Get him out of here.
You got a nerve thinking she'd help you?
I almost lost my temper, and I'm about to lose it again.
You lost your temper the day Hody Taylor died. You and everybody else in this town.
Take the cuffs off of him. You won't need him in there.
You're getting kind of heavy.
We'll open his cell. You stay here.
Run for it, Hollister? Go ahead, run.
Figured you were hoping I would.
I saw you run.
We'll do it legal. Hollister gets a trial.
You should have run for it. It'd have been quicker.
I think we better see those.
You'll see all you want at the trial.
We could take them away from you. What do they say, Paulie?
I thought this was supposed to be a fair trial.
It'll be a fair trial. Remember that when they drop the rope around your neck. It'll all be fair.
Good morning, Mrs. Taylor.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
You still determined to leave us?
It's not my town anymore.
I never thought I'd see you leave Galeno, Mrs. Taylor.
I never thought I'd leave it either. Thank you for driving me in, Ed.
You're welcome, ma'am.
What's that for?
In case there's a hanging, ma'am, we want to be ready. Now, don't let it upset you, Mrs. Taylor.
When will the trial be over?
She ain't gonna help you. Nobody is.
Write to us from California.
Yes, let us know how you are.
Of course I will. Thank you.
This trial is now continuing, and there will be no more delays, no matter what the reasons are. If you have a defense, you'd better make it.
All right. Here it is. Subject received cattle rustling amnesty during the Civil War from Union forces in order to become a Union raider. Subject was subsequently cashiered from his unit for shooting a superior officer. Subject wanted for murder in Ellsworth, Kansas. Subject wanted for holdup and killings, Deadwood, South Dakota. Subject wanted for more killings, southeastern Wyoming. Subject eluded capture, whereabouts unknown.
Any other evidence? Or are you through now?
Well, isn't that enough?
No, it ain't enough.
Well, all right. Yes, there is more evidence. There it is. Read it. Read it for yourself. It's all there. Names, dates, places.
It ain't enough because we don't believe it. The men that sent him are just trying to protect another killer hiding behind a badge. Hody Taylor wasn't any of those things. They're all lies. Lies.
I say let's hang him.
Hold it! I'm going to take a couple of you with me, and I know just which one.
I had to come back. I want to know what his defense is.
It doesn't matter, Mrs. Taylor. It was all lies.
Was it? May I see the telegrams?
There's no need, ma'am. I've got this.
Cody Taylor was your hero. What do you think he was to me? I loved him far more, I'm sure, than any of you. But there's been enough bloodshed. These telegrams told of his lust for power, his greed, his crushing people to amass a fortune, and of the many is killed. And they are true. For that is the truth. Cody Taylor was not the man you knew him to be, except here in Galeno. But this town wasn't his home. It was his conscience. It was his way, his excuse to forgive himself for everything he had done before. He used to boast about that, but only to me. He boasted of his conquests and his killings.
I move that this man, Clay Hollister, be acquitted.
Mr. Caulfield?
Move a second.
Miss Taylor, I hope you like California.
Thank you, but I've decided to stay here. Goodbye.
See if the horse is returned.
Anytime.
You intend bringing charges as a result of any of this?
No. This isn't a bad little town now.
Whistle me up a memory. Whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be. 'Cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory. Whistle me back where I wanna be. Whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
Thank you. You've been very pleasant company, Mr. DeMarini. If you're going to be in Tombstone long, feel free to call on me.
I'm looking forward to seeing you very soon, madame.
Good afternoon.
What's going on, mister? These pigs tried to insult me. Next time, I will not be so tolerant.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened in the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
DeMarney might be a stranger to Tombstone, but he certainly wasn't any stranger to the gambling tables. I had the feeling I'd heard the name before somewhere. Heard it or read it.
Play these.
2 and make them good ones.
I'll take 1. Your bet.
50 booze.
I call.
Straight flush. 10 high.
Cheating.
You are not a gracious loser.
You're not only a cheat, you're a crawbelly coward.
Don't let your temper bury you, my friend. We seem to have a seat open. Care to sit in, Sheriff?
No, thank you. It's a little steep.
Too bad. I had a feeling you would be quite an opponent. My deal, I believe.
I've looked through every wanted bulletin in the file. There's just nothing on him.
I didn't think there would be. He's not the ordinary kind found in the wanted circulars.
Sure are serious about this campaign, Harris.
We've got to do something about this town before it's taken over by gamblers and fortune hunters and gunslingers.
Yeah, I know, but DeMorney has to step out of line before the law does anything.
This isn't just DeMorney. It's that whole element. Tombstone's sitting on a hill of silver, so every card sharp and killer has to come here. Well, the Epitaph plans to make it tough on them.
I'll back your play.
Wish they'd answer from St. Louis.
St. Louis?
Yeah, DeMarney had tags on his baggage. Hotel Danton, St. Louis. I wired Johnson to the dispatch. He'll let me know if they've got anything on him.
You sure do seem positive about this DeMorney.
Yeah. Call it intuition if you like. I just know he's up to no good. When he isn't gambling, he's playing the dashing Continental to Carol Thayer and her Soledad mine.
Yeah.
We've been running about 80,000 a month. The deeper we go, the more the grade improves.
You're an amazing woman, Carol.
I don't imagine any woman could amaze you, Raoul.
Oh, you are not any woman. Just like I'm not any man. People like us are different, Carol. As different as high-grade ore from plain dust.
I'm glad I went to St. Louis.
If I had been your husband, I would name this after you.
Silver meant more to him than I did. It finally killed him. He wouldn't wait for the engineers to supervise a shoring in the lower level. He did it himself with a crew of Indians. It collapsed on him. That was 2 years ago.
You have been alone since then. You're not made for loneliness.
You're a woman who should be surrounded with love and gaiety. I make no pretenses to you. All I can offer to you is my name and my love. If I could, I would lay the whole world at your feet. Paris, Vienna, whole Europe. A world of culture that would appreciate you for the lovely being that you are. I would make you forget this burned-out, arid country and people.
I must go home, Raoul.
I'll bet $20 hard cash he wears silk underdrawers. Any man that wears perfume and lace has got to wear silk drawers. It goes hand in hand.
Yeah, sure be interesting to find out. But I ain't gonna tangle with that pig sticker of his, not me.
What's it worth to find out for sure?
Huh?
I seen Fancy Pants ride out of here a couple hours ago toward the Thayer's place. Give me $10 and I'll be back in 15 minutes for the pair of his drawers. Is it a deal?
Yeah. I'll put $2 in.
Here's a couple.
Who else will chip in?
I got 5.
There's $1. I got 2 over here.
Oh, I think we're wasting our money. He'll never do it.
Oh, yeah?
Thief, stop!
Pity about the wounded boy, Sheriff. Oh. I had no way of knowing he was so young.
I wish I could believe that.
I'd like to talk longer, but the lady's expecting me.
Well, get on your way. I wouldn't want to hold up your romance.
Au revoir, Sheriff.
Duarte, well known to gambling establishments, St. Louis and New Orleans. Notorious duelist known to have killed 4 men in pistol duels. Claims to be of French nobility. No proof in evidence. Advise you steer clear. Hope this helps. Johnson, dispatch. What are you going to do about this, Harris?
I'm going to print it. Let the people of Tombstone know exactly what DeMorney is.
Well, that's fine, but what about Carol Thayer?
She should be the first to read this. DeMorney's after the Soledad, and she hasn't sense enough to see it.
I don't think she's going to appreciate having the whole territory know that DeMorney's made a fool out of her. That's what'll happen if you print this.
Well, what do you suggest?
Let me show it to her. DeMorney will be on the first stage out.
All right. I hope it works. She's a pretty stubborn girl.
I'm sorry you had to hear it from me, but it's better that way than reading it in the paper.
How dare you? A man couldn't love me for myself. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Listen, Carol.
You listen. You think I'm one of your dried-up tombstone drabs? Look at me. I'm a woman, a very pretty woman.
You're a beautiful woman.
I don't have to buy any man.
I didn't say that.
I know all about Raoul. The men he's killed and the things he's had to stoop to because of people like you. How many men have you killed, Sheriff? And since when is gambling a crime?
Guess I made a mistake coming here.
You did. Now get out of here.
St. Louis reports on De Mornay. The fair city of Tombstone is unwilling to host to one Raoul De Mornay.
Now maybe he won't find the picking so easy in Tombstone. Do you think the article might drive him out of town?
I doubt it. His kind don't scare very easily. Speak of the devil.
I rather expected to find you here, Sheriff.
What do you want?
I think you know. Do you consider yourself a gentleman, Mr. Clyburn?
What are you getting at, De Mornay?
I think I know what he means, Clay. Yes, I consider myself a gentleman.
Oh, that pleases me. Accept my insult.
No, Clay. You have my challenge, sir.
You don't have to do this, Harris.
It is a matter of honor. I accept. With great pleasure. Unfortunately, I will have to act as my own second. Due to the shortage of gentlemen in Tombstone. I assume the sheriff will act for you, sir.
What are you after? Another murder?
Murder? No murder. There's no law against dueling in Arizona. Dueling is a part of culture. Man against man with equal weapons.
With a distinct advantage to a killer trained in the use of a dueling pistol.
An art, a refinement, a sophistication foreign to you people.
Foreign to the 4 men you killed?
I should know better than to expect you to know the niceties of gentlemen in combat. Your kind is better suited to brawling with your fists. Or shooting behind protection of wagon wheels.
You all through now?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you'd like to slap my face with your little gloves.
I shall be glad to oblige you after I dispose of Mr. Clyburn.
You're pretty sure of yourself.
Positive. If you will act as Mr. Clyburn's second, I will make arrangements now. As a challenge party, I choose pistols at 10 paces. Perhaps you can suggest a location and time.
Tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, San Pedro Wash.
Excellent. Good night, gentlemen.
I've got an idea, Harris. It might work.
What do you mean, Clay?
Well, as your second, I could substitute for you. It's perfectly within the dueling code. I know that much about it.
I'm fighting my own battles, Clay. There'll be no substitutions.
Look, Harris, you're a fine shot. But this is like putting a good fighter in the ring with a professional boxer.
I can't let any man put me in the position to be called a coward.
You're no coward.
Thanks.
Since the weapons are mine, you might wish to try a shot before.
Go on, Harris. Give you an idea how they balance.
That might be a good target. If you are kind enough to reload, we can get on with this business. It is not too late. I'm willing to forget the whole matter if you print a public retraction and apology.
I challenged you, de Morani. There'll be no retractions or apologies.
As you wish. After you.
The first choice is yours, sir.
At the word march, you'll each take 5 paces to my count. At the 5th pace, you can turn and fire at will. Are you ready?
Ready.
March. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm not ready to shoot. Perhaps tomorrow or another day. I'll let you know.
What are you trying, de Mornay?
Very simple. Mr. Clyburn owes me return of fire. I have the right to collect any time I choose. It's part of Code Duello.
He's right, Clay. He's got to call on me whenever he wants it.
Let's see that you remember that.
You were wonderful.
Oh, there is no satisfaction to take his miserable life.
Good morning.
What now, Sheriff?
You use every trick in the book, don't you?
Trick?
Mm-hmm. That black suit against the trees. The way you stand to present the smallest possible target.
Mr. Clyburn could have done the same.
But you counted on his not thinking of it. He's never fought a duel before. How many of you fought, de Mornay?
Oh, you are beginning to tire me, Sheriff.
You really stack the deck, don't you, gambler?
What did you say?
No wonder you let Clyburn take the test shot. You knew then that he couldn't hit you at a distance. If he'd proved to be an extremely good duelist, you would have fired before he had a chance to, wouldn't you? And another thing. You knew that if you killed him, you'd have me to fight next. All this talk about being a cultured gentleman makes it easy for you to weasel out of a duel that might go against you, doesn't it? Thought you'd never get around to that.
Are you a gentleman?
At your service, monsieur.
Nobody can talk to me like that.
I'll use my own iron.
That gun against the most delicate weapon the world knows?
Well, I guess that's what it is. It's the new world against yours. Your world's old, de Mornay.
One of honor.
One bullet, of course.
That's the code.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now we'll fight your way. And mine.
Are you ready? March. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Something you didn't figure on, de Mornay. You turned sidewards to give a small target. Out here we crouch.
It would have been right between your eyes.
But it wasn't. Now I owe you a bullet.
All right. What are you waiting for? Get it over with.
No!
Don't you worry, my dear. He hasn't got the stomach for it.
You're right, de Mornay. I can't shoot a man in cold blood. Either you knew that, or you got more courage than I gave you credit for.
I don't imagine you'll ever know, Sheriff.
I'll know soon enough, because I'm not going to kill you. Hold it! I didn't say I wasn't going to take my shot. There's nothing in the dueling code says I have to shoot to kill. Now, do you know what I'm getting at?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, you're quite a card player in addition to being an excellent pistol shot. So I've got a proposition for you.
Go on.
First of all, forget that you owe the editor a bullet. Secondly, get out of Tombstone today. Or I put a bullet through your right wrist.
I don't understand you.
Without your right hand, you're as good as dead tomorrow morning. No more duels, no more cheating at cards. You might even have to work.
You're an uncivilized savage.
To your way of thinking, maybe we are uncivilized. But this is a new country out here, and we got new rules. Take my advice. Get used to them or get out. You got 10 seconds to make up your mind. 5 seconds. Time's up, Damoni.
I accept your terms. Sorry, my dear. I'm afraid in my own selfish way I have grown to love you.
I'll go with you. Nobody can stop me.
I guess I'll never understand women. Does anybody?
Mrs. Thayer and I are leaving Tombstone to be married. Will you accept my hand in sincere apology? I want to try living in this new world of yours. You said it has a new set of rules.
That's right.
Well, surely there must be a room for apology in those rooms. Ready?
Well, what do you think? Understanding comes hard sometimes, but it's worth it in the end.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory.
1883.
Favorite, Collins, hold it. You're under arrest.
Now, hold on, Sheriff. What for?
Murder. The express agent in Pantano. Where's your buddy Ellis?
Well, you stand fast, Hollister.
Thanks, mister.
The name's Hoyt, Jake Hoyt. Surprised a lawman of your reputation will get yourself a mousetrap.
Get going.
An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened. In the town too tough to die.
Tombstone Territory.
Come on, Clay, settle down.
Sure. Look, Charlie. I fell for the oldest trick in the books. I got mouse-trapped.
Well, you weren't the first one. Wild Bill Hickok got careless, too, and look what happened to him.
Yeah, shot in the back.
Lucky that fellow Hoyt was there to get Ellis for you.
You don't live very long being just lucky, Charlie.
Yeah, I guess you owe your life to him.
Yeah. You know, I don't know this fellow Hoyt. I guess I ought to be grateful to him. I don't think he's going to let me forget this. I want to get some dinner.
Yeah.
My name's Radcliffe. I own the place.
How are you? I think you heard mine.
You're mighty handy with that.
Your cub lawman got himself all jammed up. Somebody had to do something.
Had some experience as a peace officer?
The Dakotas, Wyoming.
Would you mind telling me why you came to Tombstone?
My specialty's taming tough towns. I want the sheriff's job.
Suppose you were the sheriff here. How would you have handled that business?
Why, to gun those two killers right away. Been ready for the third. Save the county the expense of a trial. Other guns around here think twice before tangling with me.
Well, the word would get around.
Well, if a lawman wants to enforce the peace, he's got to prove he's tougher than the town.
How do you feel about working along with other city officials?
No lawman can lone wolf it.
We think alike, Hoyt. I happen to be one of the county commissioners, and I'm concerned about crime in this town.
You need a man who can do a real job for you. People do say I guarantee results.
I believe you would make a good sheriff. I'll take the matter up with the other commissioners.
We do think alike.
Oh, Hoyt. I feel it's only fair to tell you that we may have trouble from Harris Claiborne, the editor of the Epitaph. He's a solid Hollister man.
Well, Mr. Radcliffe.
Yes?
Why not give the editor the story of how I saved Hollister's life? Might start him thinking.
You'll be sheriff.
None of that in here.
What's going on here?
Nothing's going on now. Hoyt just took care of it.
What do you think, Bob?
That man Hoyt sure handled Ellis. I was there.
Some people are saying he might make a good sheriff.
No, we almost lost Hollister. Might be a real good idea to keep a man like Hoyt around.
Yeah.
Good morning, Radcliffe.
There's a good story on Jake Hoyt. It was a fine job of reporting.
Well, thank you, Homer. If more people would back up the law like Hoyt did, we might have less crime in Tombstone.
I'm glad to hear that, Harris. It makes what I have to say a lot easier.
No?
I want to talk to you about our law enforcement problem.
Well, go on.
Well, Hollister's not measuring up.
You're dead wrong, Radcliffe. If Hollister hadn't had to twist your tail a couple of times, you wouldn't be so prejudiced. I think he's doing a fine job against big odds.
There's nothing personal in my feeling. Why, I think Hollister would make a first-rate deputy under a man like Jake Hoyt.
A deputy?
I spoke to Hoyt, and he's interested.
Well, you had no right to do that. Not without consulting the other commissioners.
I'm a lawyer. Don't talk to me about my rights. If I want to speak up against Hollister...
If you have any complaints against me, Mr. Radcliffe, bring them here.
All right, I will. 3 weeks ago, a stage was attacked and the driver was killed. Everybody figures a man named Al Coakley did it, and you haven't arrested him.
Al Coakley can't be found. I got bulletins out for him.
Jake Hoyt would have had him behind bars the day it happened. I'm calling on you for action, Hollister. I'd better get it.
He's found a new candidate for your job, and he intends to push it.
Well, looks like Hoyt's quite a hero around town.
I printed what happened, Clay.
Yeah.
And now I suspect he may have shot Ellis just to make a name for himself. But I can't print that. Not without proof.
We do know that Radcliffe always wanted a sheriff he could control.
Clay, just how much do you know about this, Hoyt?
I'll let you know.
Sorry, gents.
Hoyt?
Hello, Hollister.
I'd like to talk to you.
Why not? Go ahead. Well, look, I'm not playing cards for fun. I'm working these days for Radcliffe.
I didn't know you're taking a job dealing. Thought you were after a different one.
Yeah, sheriff. I'd be mighty good at it.
Why don't you level, Hoyt? You killed Ellis to make a name for yourself, didn't you?
Oh, that's ingratitude. Doesn't your conscience bother you?
What about your conscience?
Got none. Was left out when I was born. I'm going to get you a job. You save yourself a heap of trouble by resigning.
I mean, why is it so important to you?
Well, Tombstone was the last of the wide-open towns. I like the ring of it. Sheriff of Tombstone.
Any other reason?
Public demand. Mr. Radcliffe's behind me 100%.
Mr. Radcliffe's always wanted a sheriff he could run.
If you're suggesting...
I'm suggesting that you get out of Tombstone.
You know, for your sake, Hollister, I hope it doesn't come to gunplay between us.
Well, don't force it.
You wouldn't have a chance. You got a conscience.
I hope so.
I saw that the other day when you didn't gun down those two. You got to decide to kill. That slows you down. Now, you take me. I'm always ready to kill.
Yeah. I got that impression.
You got to fight with your conscience whether or not to draw on a man. I don't. That gives me that big split-second edge.
Well, you know, tracing fast guns like you is part of my job, and I'm still around.
I'll say one thing, Hollister. You don't scare easy.
That's right.
But if we do tangle, you'll be dead before your gun clears the holster.
Well, we both know where we stand. 3 bullets.
Well, just made the rounds on Allen Street.
Everything's quiet. Those bulletins I sent out brought results, Charlie.
Yeah?
Al Coakley's coming through.
Coakley.
Noon stage.
Hey, maybe you can get a confession on that stage robbery.
Yeah. Think I'll ride out to meet him. Take him off the stage outside of town. If there's gunplay, there's no use having innocent bystanders get hurt.
You need another gun?
Yeah. Right here.
See you. Table's closed. Table's closed, okay? good trips.
Tucson just wired Hollister to take Al Coakley off the noon stage.
How do you know?
The telegraph office informed me. After all, I'm a commissioner.
Why are you telling me? Hollister will pick him up.
I just saw Hollister riding out of town, right at a time when he's needed most. And so I'm calling a meeting of the commission and demanding an immediate ouster for Hollister.
Hold off on that meeting. I'll haul Al Coakley off the stage.
The duly constituted officer failed in his duty, so you were forced to make a citizen's arrest.
What does this Coakley look like?
According to the telegram, dark, square jaw, clean shaven, about 6 feet tall, lean, wearing a black suit.
You sure got good connections.
I hope the one I made with you isn't a mistake.
Now relax. I'll make you a good sheriff.
What time is it?
About 12:30. Almost a half hour late.
Not nervous, are you? I am. I hope we're doing the right thing.
Well, if Hollister can't do his job, somebody's got to.
You have to whistle. Keep on the tune. Have you spotted him?
Nope. Dust her off a little, she'll be okay.
Pay attention.
Well, that's what I'm doing. Hold it. Stand back, all of you.
It's all right. Somebody get Deputy Riggs. This man is a wanted criminal.
Yeah, the man Hollister was afraid to face. Al Coakley. Charlie, I've had to print my share of grim stories in the epitaph. But this one stops them all.
Al Coakley, Charlie. Lock him up.
Clay, while you were gone, Hoyt gunned down another man. Thought he was Coakley.
What?
Killed him as he stepped off the stage.
You mean that Hoyt shot an innocent man?
It was hard for me to believe, too, when Charlie first told me. Hoyt and Radcliffe met the stage. I guess they figured it was a chance to show you up by taking Coakley.
They didn't know you were picking him up outside town.
Why should they? Hoyt wouldn't understand taking an outlaw before he hit town. He'd want an audience.
Well, the man was about Coakley's size.
Yeah, it must have been George Butler. I got his identification when I stopped the stage.
Anyhow, Hoyt killed him.
He was a traveling salesman, Harris. Unarmed. Hoyt couldn't wait. He couldn't take the time to find out he had that gun out and he had to use it. How did Hoyt know that he was on that stage?
I figure Radcliffe. He has his ways of getting information.
Well, it's my job to protect lives, not to see them taken. An innocent man's dead because a gunslinger wants to be sheriff. Well, he's going to get his chance. Has Hoyt been in?
I ain't seen him.
Radcliffe?
Nope. Mr. Radcliffe ain't in. Sheriff, I told you he ain't in. I thought he was out.
Hollister, I did what I did because I figured it was right.
I know why you did
it. It seemed to me Hoyt was the man who could stop crime in Tombstone. I made an honest mistake, that's
Well,
all.
your mistake has already cost the life of one man.
Believe me, Hollister, I regret that.
Well, the account's not closed yet, because the killing isn't over with. Unless Hoyt surrenders himself on a murder charge. Where is he?
Well, I don't know.
You're lying.
I tell you, I don't know.
Well, I'll find him. I'll keep looking until I do. You can tell him that.
Otis, come here.
I tried to keep him out, Mr. Radcliffe.
Get word to Hoyt. Tell him Hollister's out to get him. Say we've had enough gunplay and tell him he's got to get out of town.
Who is it?
Otis.
Come in.
Sheriff's gunning for you. Radcliffe wants you to leave town.
Oh, plan misfired, and that's enough for him, huh? Well, it's not enough for me.
Mean you're going to shoot down the sheriff?
Hollister's looking for me, isn't he?
Yeah, but you can't.
All right, he finds me, I kill him. It's self-defense.
Yeah, but Radcliffe said
I'm not taking orders from Radcliffe. With Hollister dead, nobody argues with me. Now get out.
Clay.
Yeah, Charlie?
Seemed to me if I was Hoyt, I'd hop the first stage out of town.
Not him.
Well, I checked it anyhow. No signs of it. Let me go along with you to take him in.
Yeah. This is between him and me. Just ride in?
Yeah.
You know Jake Hoyt?
Yeah, I know him. I ought to. He won a lot of money off of me in a card game, and nobody's that lucky.
Have you seen him lately?
No. Hey, listen, if you do find him, good luck.
How good is this Hoyt with a gun?
From all I hear, he's as good as they come.
Faster than Clay?
I hope not.
Because Hoyt's out of hiding. One of my printers just saw him down around 7th and Toughnut, heading up toward Allen. There ought to be something we can do.
This is Clay's fight. He wants it this way.
Yeah, I know. But he needs every edge he can get. At least we can tell him that Hoyt's out of hiding and ready to meet him.
Point is to find Clay.
Well, I figure we'll have 2 chances if we separate. You start with 3rd, and I'll head down 7th. We'll both keep doubling back toward Allen.
For the first time in my life, I'm thinking of shooting a man in the back if I see Hoyt.
Radcliffe, where are you going?
Frankly, I'm trying to find Hoyt. I understand he's ready to kill Hollister. I intend to beg him not to carry this any farther.
It's a little late for that.
Allen Street.
Where on Allen Street?
Somewhere's around 6 by now, I'd guess. Probably coming along Allen this way.
Thank you, Charlie.
You've been looking for me. Here I am.
I'm going to give you a chance to submit to arrest.
Nobody's ever arrested me.
I aim to.
You can try. Just remember that split-second edge.
Your edge is gone, Hoyt. Either you're coming in or I'm going to draw on you. Make your decision.
He's still breathing. See that he's got taken care of. Doc Cunningham says Hoyt will live. There'll be a murder charge, and he'll need a lawyer.
You mean me, the answer is no.
It seems to me, Radcliffe, you and Hoyt were partners. At least that's the way it's going to appear in my editorial.
You're writing an editorial about this?
That's right. Maybe this will start the town taking action against you. And remind everybody that it takes more to make a good peace officer than just a fast gun.
Yeah. But you wouldn't be a peace officer long without one.
Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to Tombstone territory. If your past has run afoul of the law, it's a handy place to be, 'cause your future's just as good as your draw in Tombstone territory. Whistle me up a memory, whistle me back where I wanna be, whistle a tune that'll carry me to...
Guess they're out, huh? Matt? Matt!
What do we do?
We bury him. Get busy with the shovel. I'll stand guard.
Look.
Silver. An actual account from the pages of my newspaper, the Tombstone Epitaph. This is the way it happened in the town too tough to die.
Tombstone territory.
August 22, 1882. The epitaph heralded another fabulous silver strike. For some, it was a moment of rejoicing. For others, the celebration was bitter, due to a trick of fate that had moved in to make it so.
Very old man, we found this thing. I looked down and I seen it, and I reached out and I reached down and I grabbed it. Looked like this, my head is beating, and we got it. It's a big silver strike. You heard what Pete said about the assay office? We got it. I don't know, but
Carter, I'm going to ask you one more time. I want my father's share of the strike.
What share? Old Matt had no share. The Indians got him before we struck it.
You had an agreement. Now I'm going to get what's mine. You going to give it, or am I going to take it?
Ollie's right. He deserves it.
I told you before, old man had no share. Belongs to Billy and me. Nobody's pushing us out.
Yeah.
Get going. Quick! That hothead of yours is going to get you in trouble.
Ah, now.
Hold it! Come on down to my office. We'll talk it over.
When?
Now.
So you're going to let him get away with this? You're going to let stealing go on right under your nose without doing anything about it, that right?
Carter and Billy are taking anything that belongs to you. They'll go to jail. They claim the death ended the partnership. You got anything to prove that it didn't?
Listen, anybody but those two would honor that partnership.
Is there anything in writing?
I don't know. If there is, I haven't found it.
Well, you show me something in writing and I'll enforce your claim legally. Till then, there's nothing I can do.
All right. But I'll get what belongs to me, and I'll get it without your help.
Ollie. I've never seen him like this before.
Ollie's right, you know.
Sure, he's right. But not legally.
I was speaking about the moral right.
That's what makes it tough. They're both right. One of them legally and one of them morally. I'll go up and talk to Carter and Billy.
Who is it?
I don't know.
Where'd he go?
Maybe I got him.
Drop your guns.
Oh, we didn't know it was you, Sheriff.
Doesn't matter who it was. There's free land around here. Anybody's got a right on it.
Not here. We got a claim. Nobody's got a right here but us. Well, Hollister, what do you want up here?
This is Matt's grave, huh?
Yeah, we dug the mine over there so Matt wouldn't be bothered none. Got to show proper respect for the dead.
You could show more respect by allowing his family in here to tend the grave.
Oh, no. Then they get the idea they come up here any time.
Anything wrong with that?
They want to come here because they think they own a piece of this strike. Well, they don't.
Carter, everybody in Tombstone thinks Ollie and his wife should have Matt's share.
If I caught that Apache arrow, Matt wouldn't be giving any shares to my family. Matt wasn't that kind.
You're wrong, Carter, and you know it. I knew Matt.
You got a warrant to arrest or something?
Nope.
Then get out. You got no right here either.
There's gonna be trouble. You can stop it.
If there's any killing ahead, I'm ready for it.
Just don't step out of line, that's all.
Get to work.
Maybe.
Maybe what?
Maybe we should give Ollie some. Wouldn't hurt nothing, you know. Just a little bit.
You gotta fight for what you get, Billy. Nobody gives a hang for you and me. You gotta take when the time comes. The time's now.
Yeah, you gotta take. Nobody ever gave me nothing, ever. You gotta take.
going out?
That's right. Carter's at the Crystal Palace. I'm going there.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, what's mine? Sheriff didn't do anything about it.
But Ollie, we've been all through this and you promised.
I didn't make the rules. Carter did. He took, I'm going to take back.
But Ollie, there must be another way.
Now, don't you go nagging at me, Beth. It's the only thing I can do.
Ollie's gone to the Crystal Palace to force Carter into a fight.
When did he leave?
Just now. None of this would have happened if he'd done the right thing in the first place.
Easy, Mrs. Williams. Nothing else Mr. Hollister could have done and still uphold the law.
Oh, Ollie, we don't want no trouble in here.
Okay. Don't we go along?
No, keep her here. It's your last chance, Carter.
You ain't safe here, boy. You better go home.
Draw.
3 cards.
Otis, get a duck. Give me some water and a rag. Give me a gun. I'll kill you, Carter. I'll kill you for this.
I shot him in self-defense, Sheriff.
What's your story, Harry? Was it self-defense?
He's a no-good rat. No better than a claim jumper. But Ollie forced it.
Anybody else got another burger?
Ollie. Oh, Ollie. Well, what are you men going to do about this?
Mrs. Williams, I ask you not to interfere.
Now, wait a minute. I'm unarmed.
Hold it.
Give me back my gun, Sheriff.
All right, break it up.
What kind of a lawman have we got here?
Get going.
I'll never make it. They'll follow me.
I suggest you men stay here.
You only think you've had trouble before.
August 23, 1882. Angry miners formed on the streets of Tombstone. They were convinced that one of their group had been wronged.
What's going on?
What's going on where?
What's all the excitement?
Is there excitement?
With her husband desperately wounded, Beth Williams succumbed to the spirit of the mob.
Looks bad, Clay.
It is bad.
Keep going in.
We don't need your protection, Hollister. Just a peaceful meeting. Just talk. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with talk.
Free to make, ain't it?
And free to listen to.
You plan to force your way in here?
Depends.
But when an innocent man like my husband, whom you all know, is shot trying to protect his rights, well, it's time something was done about it. What chance do we have if the sheriff refuses to back us up? How long are we going to stand for it? When will something be done? Ollie and I need your help. Can we count on you?
Mrs. Williams, I'd like a word with you alone.
You can speak freely in front of the men.
Do you have any idea what you're doing?
I know exactly what I'm doing. Ollie's no match for Carter's guns.
So you're getting a mob to back Ollie?
You can put it that way if you like. But if you'd done your job in the beginning, none of this would have happened.
You're beating that tune to death. My job is the law.
Yeah, protecting claim jumpers. How much is he paying you, Hollister? Maybe you're getting match share.
I hate mobs and I hate murder. I've seen enough and I've had enough. I'll shoot anybody that leads a mob to murder.
I've sounded out a few men to act as deputies. Any luck? Trying to get deputies for this job's like trying to grab an eel in a bucket of lard. I couldn't get anybody.
What about Stan Hoare and Art Smith?
Wouldn't touch it. They're getting uglier by the minute. Isn't there any way to stop this?
You got any suggestions? I don't know. When respectable people start taking the law into their own hands, I must have messed up somewhere.
Oh, don't blame yourself. What you face would tax the wisdom of Solomon. Why is it the law so often seems to be on the wrong side?
Well, if they just give the law a chance, it'd catch up. You can't stop a mob with just a shotgun. There's got to be a way. And I got to find it.
With all the land around here, it's too bad a man can't find a piece of ground to rest in without everybody fighting over it.
What did you say?
I said it's too bad a man can't find a piece of ground to rest in without everybody fighting over it.
Open up, Chambers! Open up! There may be a law.
It's a race against time.
Chambers, open up! Well, there's something new for you, up with the roosters.
Well, I'm a newspaper man, Clay. I can't sleep with my town about to blow up under me without trying to do something about it.
Did you?
Beth is the fuse. I thought if I could talk some sense into her, things might simmer down.
Did you talk sense?
Well, I thought I did, but she wouldn't listen. She just came back from a circuit of the diggings. She's been stirring up every miner within 10 miles of Tombstone. We've got to find some way to stop her.
Well, I think Chambers and I did.
You found something after I left last night?
2 o'clock this morning. We came up with a territorial law that states that any open ground on which a man is buried belongs to him for 20 feet in all directions.
Good for you.
And I got a court order evicting Carter.
Do you think she'll listen?
Only a fool wouldn't. I hope she's not a fool.
Where are you going?
See Ollie.
Is this the time to be seeing a sick man? Shouldn't you try to stop this mob?
That's why I'm going to see Ollie. What was he trying to do? Join your mob?
Yes.
Why didn't you keep him in bed?
I tried, but
You tried. You tried like you tried to stop that bunch in the street outside?
I didn't try to stop them then, and I won't try now.
Mrs. Williams, you're supposed to be a responsible citizen.
Just a minute. Who are you to talk about responsible citizens? At least I'm trying to protect my husband.
Well, that's what your protection's gotten you.
And what has your high office gotten?
I've got a court order to evict Carter and Billy.
I don't believe it.
I dug up an Arizona law that states that a grave and 20 square feet around it belong to the heirs of anyone buried there.
Well, what good will that do?
You go out and tell that mob that I'm going to run Carter off.
Carter will laugh at your court order, and it'll take a mob to run him off.
You won't even try.
No.
Mrs. Williams, can't you see I'm trying to help you?
All I can see is the help you're giving those thieves.
You're being a fool. There's going to be trouble, and only you can stop it. And if you don't, men will get killed.
You think they'll be coming pretty soon?
How do I know?
Think you and me can handle a whole bunch of them?
We get enough of them, the rest will run like rats. We'll keep working.
You know very well where we're going, Mr. Clyburn.
We're going to see justice done.
Justice never came from taking the law into your own hands. Wait. Clay Hollister rode out to the mine. He's your lawman. Let him handle this.
He's been handling it, and that's why my husband was nearly killed.
And we're going to get Carter.
Now listen to me. Every one of you listen. If Carter is killed, every one of this mob, every single one of you is guilty of murder. Premeditated mob murder. What you don't know is that the sheriff now has a legal right to get Ollie's claim for him.
Carter will never give in.
I'd at least give the sheriff time to try it his way. Give him time. That's the least you can do.
All right.
What do you want? What's that?
An eviction order.
What's that mean?
Means that the grave and 20 feet around it belong to the heirs of Matt Williams. That's the law. You'll have to get out.
It's a trick.
It's no trick, Carter. I'm trying to do you a favor. There's a mob on its way out here to get you.
Oh, why don't you stop them then?
I will. As soon as you leave.
You mean they're going to take everything?
You'll get your share. Just move out before I have to bury you next to Matt.
After 15 years? Fighting desert, under Indians. After making my strike! No! I'm going to keep it all!
You try to do a job and you end up taking a life.
Time's up, Mr. Clyburn. And so's Carter's. Let's go.
Wait, this is wrong.